had 500,000 subscribers.
If I had 500,000 subscribers.
An official international Fox Sports Twitter account has hinted at a CM Punk return on tonight's SmackDown. NXT staff are reportedly desperate to get out of Full Sail University. And a very interesting note indeed on the Flair Hogan Miz TV segment from this week's Raw. So I know what you're thinking, but this could be the last ever CM Punk to WWE news story, so a round of applause for that. I mean, it probably won't be. I would say there is a 90-10% chance of him turning up, 10% in favour of him being there tonight.
Yeah, hopefully this is the last we hear of it. He does come back, and that's that. Punk's back, and then we'll need to find new jobs because there's nothing else for us to report on.
So, this comes courtesy of Fox Sports Mexico, who in the last couple of hours have tweeted out a very interesting tweet. I'm not going to try and read that. It's on your screen right now. There it is. It's in Spanish. However, translated, thank you very much to Google Translate, by the way, for the translation on this one. This reads, is the coming of John Cena, who's not announced, CM Punk and Nikki Bella coming to SmackDown. Hashtag WWE X Fox. The Blue Universe celebrates 20 years and this October 4th there will be a great show full of surprises. So, take that with a massive grain of salt, a cupful of salt.
They're going to quote retweet this later with no.
Gotcha, suckers. I mean, it's an interesting one. You would think that any sort of Fox-affiliated Twitter account, official Twitter account or social media account would have been told not to mention CM Punk at this point. So it's a very, very interesting one. We're not going to talk about it because we talked about it so much. So much. However, there's one addition to this. Speaking to the New York Post, one half of the Young Bucks, Nick Jackson, said, talking about Punk, I think the ship has sailed on that one, insinuating that some sort of deal has been made. Is that the Fox show with Renee Young? Is that WWE Backstage? Is it SmackDown? Is he going to come out tonight? Is he going to interfere in Kofi Brock? Is he going to interfere in Shane?
Is he going to go back to Ring of Honor and save them? You never know.
You do never know. That's enough. Tune in. We'll be live streaming in about an hour and a half at time of recording. YouTube.com/cultaholic/live. Come and say hello. Next up, some interesting NXT news regarding their venue. It's been their venue forever. It is Full Sail University, of course. They've been filming there. The crowds, I think it's fair to say, are generally really hot for the shows. It's very rare that you get like an Impact Zone feel where you've a lot of people who aren't wrestling fans. That doesn't happen.
They've really got to throw on a stinker for that crowd to go quiet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. However, Dave Meltzer reported today via the Wrestling Observer newsletter that people are very, very frustrated with still being there. They think that it's hampering the feel of the show. I like the look of the show, but it didn't look as good as AEW's Dynamite this week, that's for sure.
True, but like NXT's I know that everybody's going to get a bit up in arms about it, but NXT's your C brand.
No, it's not. It's got a TV deal.
Yeah, but Raw and SmackDown are your two leading brands. They do the big arenas. NXT has such a special feel to it, thanks to Full Sail. Don't take it out Full Sail. It'll ruin the atmosphere. I think it'll completely change the feeling of NXT if you take it out of its home. It
will, however, when the star power is increasing on that brand, especially with the arrival of Finn Balor and the ready-made stars that are there also. And AEW, they're running 10,000 plus seater venues. I can understand why they'd want to be out there. Anyway, Dave Meltzer said, if you're looking for a time, it was 72 minutes before my first text from someone in WWE that we've got to get out of this building. Do you think, having watched NXT this week, that it did harm them in any way?
No. Maybe I've got to get out of this building. Maybe somebody guffed.
Jesus Christ, lowering the tone here.
No, like the thing is, I understand. You've got the biggest star power. You want to draw more attention to NXT. You want to make it an equal brand to Raw and SmackDown. You are going to need a bigger venue, but I don't know. I think there's something to be said about the smaller venue.
It feels intimate, and it is consistently passionate, as you say.
I mean,
it doesn't bother me.
Well, they could keep it in like a one location type thing, but make it a bigger venue. Like you could go over to where they used to film, like the Impact Zone, those sort of sound stages. They're quite big.
Yeah,
they might
bigger.
be, more ideal. But the idea of it touring place to place, it takes away some of the special nature of it.
I think it's a fair point. At the same time, I think they are in the position for the first time in a while that they do have the star power that they could be selling out decently sized arenas. I'm not saying they could be selling out 10,000.
Yeah.
I don't think they could, in fact.
And then the other thing that happens here now is that do they then, if they go out on the road, does Florida Championship Wrestling come back? Because NXT is no longer developmental. Are you using your NXT global brands as developmental now? Or I don't know what the crack's going to be there.
Sure, it will be interesting to see. It is still developmental, as you say. They're not going to scrap the Performance Center. They're really heavily investing in that.
Yeah.
So I don't see there being a lesser developmental brand. The quality of the wrestling on NXT is always brilliant. So
it far surpasses the main roster usually.
Yeah, and that's not the main roster superstars' fault.
Oh, no.
They're told to work a certain style, of course, and that style is now to compete with AEW, rather.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of work rate heavy style. We'll keep you updated. Next up, an interesting note on the Miz TV segment from this week's Raw, which saw Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan introduce the concept of Team Flair and Team Hogan for the next Saudi Arabia show, Crown Jewel, on Halloween night.
That has never been done before.
No, it's all, and Survivor Series just over a month away as well. Great timing, guys. That's really, really clever of you. However, as I say, an interesting note on this is that according to the Wrestling Observer Radio, over 500,000 people tuned in for that segment, which I think came at the top of the hour, top of the second hour.
And people do switch in for the top of the hour.
Yes, that's worth considering. However, they immediately tuned out after Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan were off our screens, which just absolutely proves the nostalgia star power is still completely there.
The fact that Hogan can still draw and Flair can still draw in this day and age, like even for a segment, it's insane.
It's not surprising because, you know, WWE are really struggling to get younger fans watching the product. The people that are watching WWE shows now, the people who grew up watching Hogan, Flair, or later Austin, Rock, or later again Cena, Orton,
look at tonight.
They are really struggling.
We've got Rock later, like it's...
Oh yeah, I cannot wait to see the viewing figures for SmackDown. It is looking unbelievable. We'll talk a little bit more about SmackDown in a little bit. We've got some spoilers, they'll be at the end of the video, don't worry. One more story before we get there. Next up, a certain former WWE superstar and commentator has taken to Twitter and is very, very upset with not being invited to SmackDown tonight, and that man is Taz, who obviously performed on SmackDown as a wrestler, but I think he's more sort of fondly remembered on the blue brand for being a hell of a commentator.
Yeah.
His work was really, really fantastic. So WWE on Fox tweeted just a sort of a flashback thing, a throwback, and it was with Big Show and Brock Lesnar when they collapsed the ring. And of course Taz is on commentary there. And Taz goes absolutely bozo. He quote retweeted this, saying, "Thanks. Hey, it's the same reaction some might have when they realise I wasn't invited to the big anniversary show tomorrow night." And I think this is sad. Taz is a guy, they've got everyone there. They've got absolutely everyone, including CM Punk. Yeah. And I really do think it's a shame that Taz isn't there.
It just seems like a bit of an oversight, doesn't it? Like Taz has he stepped out of wrestling after he had a little bit of a run in Impact, didn't he? And did some commentary there. And then he's off doing his own thing. He's got a radio show now, but like, I still thought they would have reached out to him. Yeah,
I think it's a bit of a shame. Anyway, let's talk about some spoilers, shall we? So if you are about to tune out, one more reminder, me and Sam are going to be live reacting to the SmackDown premiere on Fox. Come and tune in, youtube.com/cultaholic/live. However, a few big spoilers. First of all, the SmackDown set has been revealed. Here's a picture right now. Isn't that a thing of beauty? The weird hook things at the side, but digital LED hooks.
It's the arches, man.
Oh, the arches.
It's like just that little bit of set dressing. It far surpasses Raw's set.
I like Raw's set as well. I genuinely did enjoy it. I know it had sort of a mixed reaction online. I liked it. But that, you say that little bit of extra, it adds a bit more dimension, doesn't it?
That's it. It feels less like the WrestleMania 35, straight black ramp with a huge screen. That's Raw. Like, SmackDown now, it's got that depth to it. It's got the tunnel they walk out through with those arches. It's like, you can tell which show they care about more, I guess. But like, it just looks cool, and hopefully we're going to get a big graphic of the fist to start the show.
I was disappointed when the fist wasn't there, but when I closely looked at the picture, I was like, actually, this is pretty bloody
Apparently
cool.
The fist was an absolute nightmare, because it's huge, and it took up so much space in trucks, and it had to be built, and it took ages. But if we still get like a fist in the opening, and it smashes through the screen, and it goes all weird and pyro, then I'll be happy.
You're not happy enough with that?
Oh no, it looks amazing, but like, I want the fist. Even if it's digital,
give Sam the fist.
There we go. Digital fisting.
So, also a few potential returns for tonight. A few superstars who are backstage, we can confirm. The first being the Usos. would love to see them do something tonight. I don't know
One of the best tag teams in the world.
Yeah, I could totally agree. I genuinely miss them. Can't wait to see them back. And the other is one Drew McIntyre. Bit more interesting.
Who is actually CM Punk dressed
All right.
as Drew McIntyre.
So we've not seen him since he was eliminated from the King of the Ring tournament. He's been away for a little while with, I believe, a minor injury. He looks to be coming back tonight. I'm trying to think where he's going to pop up. Can't quite figure out. I mean, there's Shane and Kevin, obviously.
Yeah.
He's got links with Shane. Maybe they'll do something where he comes back. No, because then Kevin Owens is going to retire. I was going to say then he pops up on Sunday. Is there going to be a match with Shane and Kevin on Sunday?
Yeah, is he going to do anything with Shane?
No contact. I don't know. We will see tonight. I can't wait. Thanks very much for tuning into the news. Come and tune into the live stream. See you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.